Hey guys, it's Sandy. So I wanted to get outside and talk about sunlight and what the incredible benefits of sunshine does for us. Because for years we've been told to put on all this sunscreen and cover up and block our skin from the damaging effects of the sun and cover up with our clothes and our hats and our sunglasses. What if all of that information has led us to missing out on the incredible health benefits that the sunlight actually does for us? For hundreds and thousands of years, doctors have known that the sunshine is good for us, but in more recent decades, we've been told not to get all that sun exposure. Well, let me shed a different light onto this because I've done a lot of research on this because I think it's fascinating. I started listening to a doctor. He intrigued my interest, Dr. Jack Kruse. And then from there, I've been listening to more podcasts from him and different doctors. And this is fascinating. We need sun exposure every single day, and we're not getting it. But listen to the benefits that if you would go out in the sun, what it's going to do for you, and the time frames that you need to be in the sun. So something that Dr. Jack Kruse said just really resonated with me. And I was listening to a podcast, and that's when I first went, oh my goodness, I need to learn more about this. So he said, the more sun you get, the more life you get. The more time you get, the less disease you get, and the less you'll need doctors. Sunlight is for optimal health. Another doctor I was listening to, he said, all-cause mortality goes down as sun exposure goes up. So all-cause mortality, meaning all of the different diseases, all diseases that cause mortality will go down if sun exposure would go up. Very intriguing to me. So let me tell you the 6 big benefits. Some of these might be surprising to you that getting out in the sunshine will do for you. I'm not saying sunburns. I'm saying getting out and exposing your skin to the sun every single day. And the thing is, you guys, we don't have to be out in the sun all day long. 30 minutes minimum a day. If you can get out that long, even 15 minutes a day with no sunscreen and sunglasses and hats and all of that, and get out and just get that sun on your skin, you are going to have a more healthy life. But something you need to know is you can't get the same sun exposure through windows. So it has to be sun on our skin. So let me tell you a little bit about these. Now explain this as far as the sun through the windows and all of that. So here's the 6. Number 1, I think everybody knows this one, is you're going to be happier if you're out in the sunshine. Sun just automatically makes us happier. And you know why? Because it actually increases your serotonin and your dopamine levels. Those happy hormones that we all need. So many people are on anxiety medicines and depression medicines, and there is nothing wrong with that. But what if just not only leaning on the medicine to help get those happy hormones in your body, we go out in the sun and we expose our skin to the sun, and those happy hormones are automatically made in our body. So those happy hormones are great to have just by being out in the sun. Number 2, this one's huge, but it gets even better as I keep going, is sleep. We're going to have better sleep if we get sunshine. So it's morning sunlight that sets our circadian rhythm. We live in a society that we've got all these lights bombarding us in the evenings from our phones and TVs, and the blue lights are just messing us up. But we need a natural circadian rhythm. Sleep is so essential, and we're not getting the kind of sleep that we need also as a society. Sleep, whenever we sleep, our bodies heal themselves and they restore and replenish, and we need that. And in order to get a good circadian rhythm, we've got to get light in our eyes in the morning. The sunlight gives us the white light that we need. And then your body automatically knows what to do as far as setting its circadian rhythm. It says, oh, I need to wake up, no more melatonin. And then whenever the sun goes down and it gets dark, then your body automatically knows, I need melatonin and I need to get ready for sleep. But we need that morning light in order to do that. Now, I live in Ohio. So in the wintertime, I'm not getting that early morning sunshine in my eyes because it's just not there. So in the wintertime, I have a white light that I got on Amazon. It helps with seasonal depression from having all the gray skies. I use that in the morning, like if I'm sitting and just reading my devotions or something, I will have the white light. Or if you're in your bathroom putting on makeup or whatever you're doing, cooking for your kids in the morning, have that white light nearby, and that will also help wake up your eyes, your brain, and help set that circadian rhythm. But it doesn't do what natural sunlight does in the morning. And I'm not saying to stare at the sun. I'm saying go outside in the sun. Or what I have been doing, because it's still pretty chilly in the mornings right now, I go to my window in my bedroom and open up that window, and I just put on my makeup there while I'm having the light from the sunlight in my eyes. So you need that sunlight in your eyes. Don't stare at the sun. Although it has been said that sunlight outside exposing your eyes does increase your eye health too. But what you're doing is just getting outside, taking a walk, or watering the flowers, or doing something outside in the morning sunshine that you're getting light in your eyes while you're doing it. So no sunglasses whenever you're doing this. Well, vitamin D also helps make us strong bones. So in the 1930s, I don't know if you knew this, but the USDA started putting our milk, they started fortifying it with vitamin D because they knew that we need more vitamin D for strong bones. Well, what if instead of drinking milk with vitamin D put into it, not naturally, but fortified in there, what if instead we got out in the sunlight and we get that natural vitamin D on our skin? Now, I said I live in Ohio, so in the wintertime, we're not getting the vitamin D we need. Our vitamin D is going to be low. Supplementing is what I do. I need those vitamin D vitamin because vitamin D is a hormone that we all need in our bodies. So I do use a supplement in the wintertime for that. But in the spring and summer and fall, I can go out in the sunshine and get my vitamin D naturally. Supplements are great when you need them, but you are not getting the same kind of vitamin D in your body that actual natural sunlight is going to do for you. It goes through your skin. It synthesizes the right way in your body. God knew what he was doing when he gave us that sunlight, and it's going to make you healthier. So the next one is it improves your immune system. And this one is huge, actually. So for thousands of years, doctors have known that the sunlight helps heal fungi and viruses and bacteria. People with toenail fungus and toe fungus can go out and put their feet in the sun and help heal that. But we've gotten away from that because, we're so worried about the aging and getting skin cancer that we're covering up all the time. And we're not using the power of the sun to heal our bodies. In World War I, doctors were putting patients outside in the sunlight so that letting the sunlight help heal those wounds. We've got to get back to that. Sunlight brings healing to our bodies and it increases your immune system so that we're not getting sickness and disease and things so much. So use the power of the sun for this. Number 5 is a decreased risk of heart disease, which is so important. You know, heart disease is the #1 killer. Well, one of the things we can do is take better care of our bodies and be out in the sun and expose our body to some sunshine. Again, sunlight goes into your skin and it synthesizes, makes that vitamin D in our bodies. It also generates nitric oxide, and that will help decrease blood pressure levels naturally. So what an easy way to go outside and get a decreased risk of heart disease. Now, when I'm saying go outside, and I said 30 minutes is optimal, and you might have to build up to that, to where you can get outside for 45 minutes or an hour, you have to be careful and not burn. I'm not saying go out and burn. I'm not saying get the sun exposure and no sunscreen never. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we have to get out. We need more sun exposure on our skin, at least 15 minutes a day to 30 minutes a day if you can, and just let the sun do the natural things it does for our health. Maybe you work in an office, or maybe you work in a hospital or a factory or somewhere where you cannot get outside during the day. You can't get the same effects of the sun through a window. A window actually blocks those UVA rays, and you are not going to get the health benefits. Does it make you feel better by actually seeing the sunshine? Yeah, because it helps increase the happy hormone. But you're not getting the vitamin D on the sun exposure on your skin to get nitric oxide or vitamin D. So you actually have to be outside. So if you get a break or you get lunch and you just have a minute or two, if you at least go out for those 1 or 2 minutes and just put your face to the sun, put your skin in the sun without being covered up with clothes, then you're going to get those health benefits. It's just do whatever you can to get some sun exposure. And then the last thing, number 6, is the sun will help decrease your risk of cancer. How it's doing that is the sun, again, makes vitamin D in your body. Vitamin D is a hormone that every single person has to have. That's why I say if you live in an environment that you don't have sun, you've got to take vitamin D supplements because we need vitamin D in our body. They have linked, science has linked that increased levels of vitamin D actually decreases your chance of getting cancer. So the specific cancers named, eat 15 minutes a day. Like that's it. If that's the minimum you have, That will help decrease your risk of cancer. The cancers were breast cancer, colorectal cancer, prostate cancer, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. But remember what I said about the one doctor? The one doctor said it decreases all-cause mortality by having sun exposure every single day. Now, if you're somebody who actually does have skin cancer, you're going to be more careful, right? But they've even showed studies that people who do get sun have less chance of getting sun cancer. So just be smart about it. Get enough sun on your skin every day without being too much that you are going to burn. Build slowly so that your body has time and your skin has time to get used to the sun, and it'll just get you can stay out longer and then a little longer in the sun each time. And then get outside and enjoy it, because it is going to make you happier. No matter what, the sun makes us happy. All right, you guys, I hope this was helpful to you too. Just drop a comment and let me know what you think. That's all I have for now. Until next time, I'm out.